We all hope for 2024 to be a fantastic year, and it can be achieved through simple actions. While I appreciate the concept of habits, let's face it, it can be overwhelming. Numerous articles suggest transforming our lives in mere seconds, making it seem like a breeze. While the idea of meditating for 2 hours daily and reading 2 books a week is appealing, the reality is that we all have only 24 hours and other responsibilities. That's why I've adopted the practice of incorporating tiny habits over the past few years. These habits don't consume much time, and unlike some others, they don't drain my energy. Most importantly, they have significantly enhanced the quality of my life. You can choose just one, go for 15, or embrace all 21 if you're up for it. The key is not to feel pressured to do them all consistently. Life often throws curveballs, and it's okay to skip some when necessary. The crucial part is returning to them as soon as possible. You can do it too. Number 1. Write 3 things you're grateful for. Begin with just one, if necessary. The objective is to seek the positive aspects of each day consistently. This applies even on those days when you've had the worst experiences and feel like lashing out at anyone who dares to cross your path. I initiated this practice 2 years ago, which has proven to be one of the most reliable habits I've cultivated. It's a straightforward approach that effectively reframes challenging days. When I find it difficult to identify a positive element from the previous day, my go-to expression of gratitude is for being alive and having a future filled with possibilities. It might be simple, but it certainly works in the long run. Number 2. Refuse once a week. If you embrace every demand that comes your way, you'll find yourself with little time for personal pursuits. Take charge by rejecting tasks or commitments that fail to ignite your excitement throughout the week. Start by declining once, and you'll discover how empowering it can be. Establish higher time boundaries for external requests, ensuring you always have room for yourself. If someone proposes a seemingly pointless meeting, assert that you're occupied. If 3 friends seek your assistance, politely inform one of them that they may need to seek help elsewhere. A word of caution: if you're accustomed to accepting everything, it will take some time for people to adjust to this change. However, with patience, they will come to accept it. Number 3. Exercise for a minute when you wake up. Just a solitary minute, nothing beyond that. Amidst your hectic schedule, surely you can spare a minute, right? I'm not advocating for an elaborate workout, just a brief session of simple exercises. My routine typically includes 30 push-ups and at least 30 seconds of planking. Engaging in these exercises at the start of your day gets the blood circulating and dispels any morning fog you might be facing. If you're inclined towards a comprehensive morning workout, feel free to indulge. However, even if your preference lies in evening exercises, dedicating just 1 minute in the morning proves beneficial. It doesn't harm, it helps. Number 4. Invest in experiences. Consider the frequency with which you allocate funds to material possessions. Now, contrast that with how often you invest in experiences. I assume that you likely allocate more resources to objects. Even if you spend an equal amount on both, it might not be the optimal approach. What lingers in our memories isn't the accumulation of objects, it's the experiences we undergo. Objects, at best, serve as triggers for recalling certain experiences. In 2023, I often chose to meet friends outdoors for a walk or embarked on brief trips with them, resulting in the creation of lasting memories and strengthened bonds. As we progress into 2024, I intend to amplify these experiences even further. Number 5. Organize your home. If you haven't given it a shot, consider trying it out. Regardless of the available space, you can effortlessly rearrange your living space. The approach will vary based on your typical activities at home. I've designated specific areas for various tasks such as reading, working, meditating, sleeping, gaming, and more. For instance, when engaging in computer games, I relocate my computer to the designated work area. Number 6. Throw things away. If you've never deliberately taken the step to discard items you've held onto just in case, give it a try today. It's a liberating experience. You might discover a liking for it and continue the practice. Alternatively, you may decide to part with a substantial number of items. Regardless, there's likely a considerable amount of clutter that could be cleared, creating valuable space. Many possessions are probably lingering around even though they no longer warrant keeping. Number 7. Manage your money. This isn't solely about making investments, although that's undoubtedly a commendable practice. It's about understanding the sources and destinations of your money, While many people may have a grasp on this, I've observed numerous individuals neglecting this crucial aspect. Fortunately, it's a quick process. You can utilize a free app like Money Manager, input your financial details, and then automate regular income and expenses. Once that's set up, easily record your additional expenses and categorize them with just a few taps. In no time, you'll have a clear understanding of where your money is going. It's a simple task that won't consume more than a few seconds. Number 8. Stand up every hour. This, without a doubt, stands out as the most challenging for me. While it's a straightforward practice and I understand its benefits for the body, I struggle to do it consistently. Notifications prove ineffective, and even when I do remember to stand up while working, I'm hesitant to disrupt my creative flow. On the surface, this appears to be one of the simpler, tiny habits to establish. However, it's particularly difficult to remember because it hasn't been ingrained in our routines for most of our lives. We've spent countless hours sitting for prolonged periods. It's time to alter that pattern. Number 9. Follow this simple proverb. Embrace this straightforward adage. In my life, I adhere to the saying, when we have no head, we have legs. While it may sound peculiar, I interpret it as a philosophy to gracefully accept whatever unfolds. Most commonly, it comes into play when I forget something and must backtrack to retrieve it. Instead of getting frustrated when unable to locate keys or remembering to buy something at the supermarket, I remind myself that I have legs to rectify the situation. Acknowledge that what's done is done, and the only course of action is to move forward. Number 10. Ask open-ended questions. With the exception of a few subjects, I don't consider myself a particularly adept conversationalist. However, I've improved through a straightforward technique. I make a habit of posing open-ended questions whenever possible, adopting a childlike curiosity by asking why, where, when, who, what, which, and similar queries. While there are instances where this approach may not be suitable, it tends to be applicable most of the time. By consistently employing open questions, you'll be perceived as a more engaging conversationalist. Why? Because you contribute to sustaining the dialogue, and people generally enjoy discussing themselves. Number 11. Turn off notifications. Disable notifications. Begin with an hour each day. If you can extend that duration, go for it. It's not as challenging as it may seem. The only obstacle is the habit of constantly wanting to be reachable. That's a habit worth altering. Regaining focus takes approximately 25 minutes, even if you only glance at a notification for a moment. Eliminate them for an hour, and you'll find yourself achieving much more. I've embraced this practice to the extent that my notifications are now turned off for 2/3 of my day. Number 12. Prepare your clothes. Straightforward yet effective. Why expend some of your valuable mental energy in the morning when you could utilize whatever remains from the night before? It doesn't disrupt your daily routine, but enables you to conserve your energy for more meaningful endeavors. Number 13. Watch the news less. You may have already adopted this practice in 2023. If not, consider initiating it today. Regardless of your curiosity, there's no necessity to engage with the news 3 times a day, let alone 10. If possible, limit your news consumption to once, preferably around midday. You likely won't require more updates. I've personally minimized my news intake to once every day, and it has proven to be highly effective. I stay well informed about global events without feeling overwhelmed and, in turn, gain more time for personal pursuits. Number 14. Drink more water. Here's another straightforward tiny habit that's beneficial for your health, and you can easily adopt it anywhere. Now, I'm curious, why haven't you already increased your water intake? Take a moment, pause the watching, and grab a drink. Number 15. Discover one new thing a month. My absolute favorite among them. Let go of all expectations and simply explore something fresh every month. You might delve into a subject that has piqued your curiosity. The act of discovering something new is inherently thrilling. Moreover, it's beneficial as it nurtures curiosity and gradually enhances our skills or knowledge. Approach it in your own way. Spend a dedicated 10 hours on a Saturday or allocate a few minutes each day throughout the month. What's crucial is for you to uncover something new. Number 16. Make your bed. Commence your day with a victory by following Admiral William McRaven's advice to make your bed, as he mentioned in a speech. It's another uncomplicated habit to incorporate. While it may not transform your life instantly, that isn't the objective here. The aim is to enhance it marginally without disrupting your overall routine. Rise, tidy up your bed, and set the tone for numerous other successes throughout the day. Number 17. Spend a minute a day with yourself. Try just 1 minute. Come on. I'm confident you can manage it. No phone. No computer. No tablet. And keep friends or pets at bay. It's just you and your thoughts. You can even do this while on the toilet if necessary. Sure, dedicating a minute to this won't drastically alter your life, but it's a step toward becoming more conscious of your thoughts instead of functioning on autopilot. Commence with a minute and gradually extend the duration. Reflect on what crosses your mind. Engage in internal dialogue. Simply acknowledge your thoughts and move forward. In our world, self-awareness is often underestimated. Number 18. Ask yourself whether what you're doing is worth it. Numerous actions we undertake are inconsequential. To be specific, many aren't deserving of our time. We complete them and proceed until, a week later, we reflect on how much time we squandered. If you had only 2 months left to live, would you spend it lounging on the couch, binge watching the latest series? Or would you be crafting that long-desired masterpiece? Number 19. If a task takes 5 minutes, do it within an hour and a half. There's a plethora of guidance suggesting immediate action on tasks that take less than 5 minutes. If a task requires 5 minutes, jot it down on paper and place it in your line of sight. Subsequently, commit to completing it within the next hour and a half. This approach provides a bit of flexibility while averting procrastination that could extend for days. Number 20. Take care of your posture. Maintaining a poor posture can lead to various consequences over time. I've been dealing with a hunched back for quite a while, and now I find it challenging to keep it straight. Although I often forget, whenever it crosses my mind, I make a conscious effort to sit up straight again, just like I did when I began writing this section. A little effort can yield substantial benefits. If you currently have good posture, appreciate it, and take note when it starts to falter. For those struggling with poor posture, consider placing reminders in your surroundings. For a period, I used a simple sentence, "Stand straight," as my phone's background picture. Number 21. Read for 15 minutes a day. I understand that this suggestion demands a bit more time, but the investment is worthwhile. As Jim Quick frequently emphasizes, leaders are readers, and this applies not only to leaders, but to anyone aspiring to lead a better life. Whether you delve into fiction or nonfiction, both offer unique benefits. The critical factor is engaging in reading. If finding 15 minutes daily seems challenging, consider allocating 1 hour and 45 minutes each week. It's a modest beginning, but surpasses what most people commit to. Shockingly, a 2019 survey revealed that 70% of US adults had not set foot in a bookstore in the past 5 years. Habits come in various sizes. Some are substantial and challenging to adopt, while others are small and easy to incorporate into our seemingly busy lives. I appreciate both, but it's evident that the latter is more accessible to add. Despite their subtle impact, these habits can be transformative in the long run. The only challenge lies in the hidden nature of their impact. It's easy to dismiss them because their usefulness might not be immediately apparent. However, persist with them, and you'll witness improvements in your life. Let 2024 be the year for such positive changes.